I wanted to give my little lovebird a tree stand to play on and exercise, but those Java tree stands of the size I wanted cost several hundreds of dollars in stores. So I decided to try and make my own, and in this video I'll show you how I did it. I had a weeping willow tree in my yard trimmed, and I kept a few branches that looked healthy and had nice shapes. This is how they first looked, and then how they looked when leaves and small branches were cut down. I didn't remove too many branches at first, just those that were too thin. Then I tried few options to see how some combinations of branches would look together as a tree stand, and continued trimming the branches. Since this type of tree doesn't have any branches coming at a right angle to the main branch, like Java tree does, I knew I'll need some additional horizontal branches to place on the vertical stand. I also removed the tree bark by simply using a small kitchen knife. Bark from willow tree is really easy to remove from fresh cut branches. It practically peels off. Once all the bark was removed, I gave all the branches a thorough cleaning. I first washed them with mild soap solution and hot water, and then with bleach solution, 1 part bleach, 10 parts water. This is to kill any pesticides or other organisms living under the bark. And finally, I scrubbed them with the scrubbing wire I used in the kitchen and gave it a good rinse. I left the branches outside for a few days to air out all the moisture and bleach smell. For the base for the tree, I used this 3/4 inch plywood that I had left over from another project. I just cleaned it really well and cut it to 18 by 28 because that is the size of the tree that I'm going to have. I also added this trim for edges to catch any droppings or shreddings that bird makes, and I'm going to sand it and paint it with oil base paint to seal it against moisture, and then add some wheels on the bottom to make it easy to transport. So that is the base for the tree. Here's the base all painted and ready for the tree to be assembled. I drilled the holes from the top so that splinters appear on the bottom. I actually made a mistake and drilled the holes in the wrong spot. Then I decided I actually need them on the side. It's okay, I'm just gonna fill it with some wood filler. And I use these big nuts on the bottom to securely hold the tree, and it's all very stable. And I'm going to use these little casters on the bottom that are swivel casters, up to 40 pounds capacity, so that I can move the stand easily. Here's my tree stand, play+gym pretty much all complete. Just wanted to show you how I attached all the branches. Of course the big branches I attached to the bottom with big screws coming from the bottom of the base. Then I added several horizontal branches so that I give the bird more options to hop around. There are different diameters, different shapes, even different angles. I even used this branch that is from a completely different tree from one of the bushes in my yard. I attached these branches with stainless steel screws. I drilled both of the branches, and then I drilled a bigger hole in the top to cover the head of the screw so it's completely flat with the branch. Somewhere I used hemp rope to connect just to make it more fun and to give birds something to chew on. This thin branch I also covered with hemp rope. Again, different feeling on the feet to make it more interesting. The toys I connected with these nickel plated eye screws, as well as all of the hardware on the toys is nickel plated. Don't use anything that has zinc in it. Stainless steel is another option. And just one other look from the other side. And I probably am going to use more options for toys, just put these eye hooks in different locations, just depending on where I see the need is. I added this boing Again, another interesting type of branch, sort of, for the bird to hop on. And one final look from afar. I added also some liner there on the bottom so it's easier to pick up and clean.
Doe best wel halen.